Good morning, everyone. It's Diane Murray at Southern Art Gallery, and today we just received our sample of M-Gram paints that is called the Desert Southwest Watercolor Set. And M-Gram are fairly new to me, so I am in the process of learning the different characteristics about them and testing them and deciding what my opinion of these paints will be. So, that being said, let's open the package. This is the package, as you can see. And actually I bought these quite reasonably from Amazon. I don't usually buy my art supplies from Amazon, but if you shop carefully, you can get some really good deals. So it always pays to not only check your local art center, but your online, Jerry's Artorama and Dick Blick and Cheap Joe's, but also to search Amazon. So here we have this particular set, and the first one we have is called, let's see if I can do that way you can read it, Quinacridone Rust. The next one is Yellow Ochre, and the third color is Indian Yellow. And we also have a really interesting color called Mineral Violet, which I've seen some really good reviews about this color. And the last one is their Turquoise. So let's swatch these out and see what we get. And these three pigments are already on my palette. This is their Nickel Quinacridone Gold, which is a gorgeous color. It's P1150. And they have a really vivid Quinacridone Rose as well. And that is the PB19. And also I really like their Pyro Red, which is PR254. And these are all single pigment colors. I'm not sure about the new ones. Let's see here. Yes, the Quinacridone Rust is PO48. And we will write that. PO48. And that is Quinacridone Rust. And this will be Yellow Ochre. And the pigment in Yellow Ochre is, let's see if I can read it, PY43. And if you don't keep a journal of your colors like this, a mixing journal, I strongly suggest that you start one. This is, I just started doing this year, and it's just been so very helpful, because then I know I can compare the colors. Okay, the next one is the Indian Yellow, and it's PY110. Okay, let's finish doing this, and then we'll talk about the Mineral Violet. And it is PB, hang on a second, I'm going to get my magnifying glasses. Some of these are really tiny. PB16. Okay, and the Turquoise is, it's a dual pigment. It's hang on a second, PB15.3, which is Phthalo Blue, or Phthalo Green. think that's phthalo blue. And it's PG7, which is phthalo green. So this is 15:3 and, hang on a second. Get it right. PB, pigment blue, 1513, and pigment green, 7. So that's phthalo. That's a combination of phthalo blue and phthalo green. And this would be a really easy color to mix. So I'm not sure why they put that in the palette, but it is what it is. Okay, so let's get these out on our palette. I'm sorry you can't see my palette. But I'm new to filming and I'm still working out all the details of how to do this. It's more complicated than you would think. The people on YouTube make it look really easy, but it is not as easy as it looks. Okay, so first up is quinacridone rust. And let's see what that looks like. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Now that color looks a lot like Daniel Smith's quinacridone burnt scarlet. Beautiful color. And we'll compare that in a second to the samples we have in our little book. Okay, yellow ochre. I'm curious, yeah, I figured it would be fairly opaque. My understanding is the only company that makes a somewhat transparent yellow ochre is Daniel Smith, but this is not bad. You can water it down a little bit and make it a little less opaque. So that's a nice color. Okay. And I'm very curious about the Indian yellow, which appears to be much more orange than I expected. It's very, very on the orange side. Pretty color though. Very pretty color. Mineral violet. Did I not? Oh, I didn't put mineral violet out. Hang on a second. This is supposed to be a highly granulating pigment, what I've read. And it does appear that that's the case. Looks similar to Daniel Smith's quinacridone violet. It's a nice violet color. This is their Southwest palette. And if you've ever traveled to the Southwest, you know that all the adobe colors and they're just the rocks and everything are just absolutely gorgeous out there. And particularly in Santa Fe and the places in the Southwest, they love this. They love this combination of colors right here. You see it everywhere. That's a beautiful turquoise. And it's good that it's only 2 pigments, because some turquoises are even more than that. So, okay, so those are our new colors. And this is what we have so far in the M-gram. So, let's see. Now, when we look, let me zoom out for a minute here, so you can see if I can do that. Hang on a second. Now we're going zooming in. Let's try zooming out. Okay. Okay, that's better. Let's move it a little bit for you. Okay, so if we're comparing these colors with what we have in Daniel Smith, you see we have, here's quinacridone burnt scarlet in Daniel Smith. It's a bit darker than the quinacridone rust. Let's see, here's a lighter version in Daniel Smith called Italian burnt sienna. Here is Da Vinci's quinacridone gold, which is a little bit lighter version of similar color though, but that's PY150 though, which is actually this pigment right here. Let's see. And then Da Vinci has a color called Terracotta, which would have been perfect with this set. And then Sennelier has an alizarin crimson, permanent alizarin crimson deep, which has a lot of brown in it, which is slightly different. Nope. And here's a Da Vinci's alizarin crimson, which also has a lot of brown in it. So any of these colors would be kind of in that family. Here's Turner's Brown Madder, which is similar. And here's Holbein's Perylene Maroon, which is really close to it. That's PR179. Here's Winsor Newton's Perylene Maroon. And this is My Marie Blue, which is another one of my favorite brands. That's Avignon Orange. This is Transparent Mars Brown. Let's see. And here's your Da Vinci samples with that terracotta again. So that's what we have to compare that to. Now the yellow ochre, I don't think I have. That's PY43, and I'm not sure I have a yellow ochre in here. Maybe. Don't think I do. May Marie Blue makes a color called Golden Lake, which is kind of similar. Here's Winsor Newton's Transparent Yellow. See if Da Vinci has a yellow ochre. Same pigment, very similar. This one appears to be a little more transparent, but I did put that on very lightly, so that might be why. Okay, Indian Yellow, PY110. One of my favorite colors. Let's see. Turner has a color called Turmeric, which is very close to Indian Yellow, but it's a 3 pigment mix, which is just too many pigments for me. Here's Indian Yellow by My Marie, which is just absolutely gorgeous color. It's even a little more on the orange side. And here is their Permanent Yellow Deep, which is also very close to this color. And I don't see anything over here that's very close. Okay, let's look at Mineral Violet. Here you can compare, this is Daniel Smith Quinacridone Violet, and this is M. Graham's Mineral Violet. You can see how close they are. I'm not sure what the pigment number is on this one. For some reason I didn't write that down. But those are the closest two that I have to compare to each other, I believe. Although Garnet Lake in My Marie is not very far off. It's actually, in my opinion, a prettier color. I love this color. It is so vivid and rich and wonderful. I love May Marie Blue's paints. Their pigments are just wonderful. And here's the same color in Winsor Newton called Theo Violet. I think that's all we have on that. Okay, and the turquoise. The turquoise in M. Graham, and we have Cobalt Teal in Daniel Smith, which is a bit of a different color, a beautiful color though. And I don't have a lot of other turquoises. Is that how you say that? I do have a Holbein turquoise, which is absolutely beautiful. It's a bit more opaque and a bit more vivid. Gorgeous color. Holbein makes beautiful colors. They tend to be a little bit on the more opaque side, as you can see from these samples. And let's see here. Those are not really turquoises. Here's a beautiful color in May Marie Blue, and this is called Green Blue. And it's a beautiful color also. And here's Cobalt Turquoise in Da Vinci. So, as you can see, the M-grams are very highly pigmented, beautiful paints. They come nicely packaged. You can tell they take care in their packaging and in their mixtures of the pigments. And I intend to get more M-gram colors to try. But so far I'm quite pleased with them. They're also made with honey, which is just makes the consistency of these paints just gorgeous. And easy to work with and easy to re-wet. And as you can see, you can tell how vivid the Sennelier are. They're also made with honey. So these two are the two new brands for me that I'm really focusing on, because I think there's a lot of potential there with them. I just did a color swatch on the Da Vinci's new colors because I'm a big fan of Da Vinci also. And this is the new sample that I just did on another video. I did a review of this, so hopefully we'll do some more of these and we'll keep comparing. And my goal is to help you narrow down your choices of paints so that you don't end up replicating the same paints from different companies, and to choose the best pigment combination that you can find, or most hopefully single pigment, if not you know, the best, the pigments with the best properties. So with that being said, that's all we have for today, and if you like this video, please share it, and we'll be back soon with a different set of paints.